With the electoral amendment bill that was just assented yesterday by the President Muhammadu Buhari, INEC, in less than 24 hours, has released timetable for 2023 general election. I have a copy with me which says timetable schedule of activities for 2023 general election. The most important one that sounds like critical timetable 2023 general election conduct of party primary is expected to start from April 4th, 2022 and end by 3rd June 2022. Submission of nomination form online, nomination portal for Presidential and National Assembly starts by 9 a.m. on the 10th June 2022 and end by 6 p.m. 17th June 2022. That means 7 days grace for every party to submit presidential candidates and National Assembly nominations. For the governorship and state assembly is expected to start. Nomination is expected to be submitted by 9 a.m. on the 1st July 2022 and ended by 6 p.m. 15th July 2022. That means they have 15 days because that one is March. And the date for election, which is presidential election and National Assembly election, is on Saturday, 25th February 2023. And the governorship with the state assembly is coming up on Saturday, 11th March 2023. Let's listen to the INEC chairman and hear more from him.
You may recall that in 2017, the Commission decided to establish fixed dates for elections in Nigeria. This decision was based on our determination to create certainty in the electoral calendar and to enable stakeholders in the electoral process, that is the Electoral Commission, political parties and candidates, security agencies, observers, the media, and so on, to prepare adequately for elections. By that decision, Presidential and National Assembly elections shall hold on the 3rd Saturday of the month of February of each general election year, while governorship and state houses of assembly elections shall hold 2 weeks later. Consequently, the 2023 general election was scheduled to commence on 18th February 2023 with the Presidential and National Assembly elections, followed by the governorship and state houses of assembly elections on the 4th of March 2023. However, the Commission could not release the detailed timetable and schedule of activities for the general election as it normally would because of the pending enactment of the Electoral Act 2022. The bill has now been signed into law. Therefore, the Electoral Act 2022, together with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, form the legal basis for conducting all elections in Nigeria. In particular, the Electoral Act provides strict timelines for the implementation of electoral activities based on the date of the general election. One of the significant timelines is the publication of notice of election not later than 360 days before the day appointed for holding an election, which has now lapsed for the 2023 general election. Consequently, the Commission has decided to adjust the dates for the 2023 general election to ensure compliance with the provisions of the new law. Accordingly, the Presidential and National Assembly elections will now hold on Saturday, 25th February 2023, while the governorship and state houses of assembly elections will hold 2 weeks later on Saturday, 11th March 2023. With this adjustment, the 2023 general election is now 363 days away. Under the law, there are critical time-bound activities from the publication of the notice of election to the conduct of polls which form the timetable and schedule of activities for the elections. Some of the critical activities and their dates of implementation are as follows. Number 1, publication. From the publication of the notice of election to the conduct of polls, which form the timetable and schedule of activities for the elections. Some of the critical activities and their dates of implementation are as follows. Number 1, publication of notice of election, Monday, 28th January 2022. Conduct of party primaries, including the resolution of disputes arising from them, Monday, 4th April 2022 to Friday, 3rd June 2022. 3. Submission of nomination forms to INEC via the INEC portal for Presidential and National Assembly election, 9 a.m. on Friday, 10th June 2022 to 6 p.m. on Friday, 17th June 2022. 4. Submission of nomination forms via INEC online portal for governorship and state assembly elections, 9 a.m. on Friday, 1st July 2022 to 6 p.m. on Friday, 15th July 2022. 5. Commencement of campaign by political parties for presidential and national assembly elections, Wednesday, 28th September 2022. 6. Commencement of campaign by political parties for governorship and state assembly elections, Wednesday, 12th October 2022. 7. Last day of campaign by political parties for presidential and national assembly elections, midnight on Thursday, 23rd February 2023. And 8. Last day of campaign by political parties for governorship and state assembly elections, midnight on Thursday, 9th March 2023. The detailed timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections will be circulated to the media at this briefing. Soft copies will also be uploaded to the Commission's website and social media platforms immediately. The notice of election will be published in our offices in all the states of the Federation as required by law on Monday, 28th February 2022. With the coming into force of the Electoral Act 2022, the Commission will work assiduously to conclude and publish new regulations and guidelines for the conduct of elections that are consistent with the Act. These regulations and guidelines, as well as the manuals issued by the Commission, are all part of the legal regulatory framework for elections. Their timely publication will enable all stakeholders in the electoral process to become conversant with their provisions as they prepare for the 2023 general election. On this note, I wish to remind stakeholders, especially the political parties, of their responsibility to adhere strictly to the timelines in this timetable and schedule of activities, as well as all other timelines established by the Commission. It is necessary that all political parties comply with the extant legal framework, ensure proper organization and management of party primaries, and the nomination of qualified candidates in order to prevent unnecessary litigations and rancor.
Gbemiga Olamiko, GTV Africa.